So hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, a little rant time today on a little bit of things, a little bit of a question answer type deal if you will. Now lately I've been sort of streaming on the whole YouTube thing, and a lot of people have sort of kept on asking me the same question, sort of what has happened to my Twitch channel? What have I abandoned fucking Twitch, ladies and gentlemen? And I figured I'm going to sit down, and we're going to have a little bit of a campfire side talk with Muta here, ladies and gentlemen. Not exactly a new series, just Muta rambling away at 2:30 in the morning. I have really awful sleep times, okay? For those of you in the comment section that say, Muta, you should get some fucking sleep. Let me tell you, when work calls, sleep, it runs the fuck away. It must, alright, in the duty of work, ladies and gentlemen. But after this, I will gladly go to bed. Sometimes I need to just vent and get things out of the way. Now, when I first started Twitch, this was a long time ago, this pretty much was synonymous with me actually playing video games on the beginning of the channel. My Twitch channel has pretty much been here since the beginning of the whole YouTube channel to begin with. And for all intents and purposes, I've had some fun on Twitch. I remember the times where I streamed System Shock 2. I remember the times where we played through games entirely on there. An entire playthrough has been left unlisted because of Twitch. I just have it sitting over there. I've had a lot of good times with the platform, don't get me wrong. I've definitely had a lot of drama situations with the whole platform as well too. Sometimes you leave a Twitch chat, you come back to it an hour later and you just see the kind of cesspool that has fucking started because of it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is quite the worst. But that is years ago. That is a situation a long time ago. And for a while, I actually now just started to switch out to YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong, I used Twitch solely because YouTube live streaming was fucking pathetic. At the time when you wanted to stream to YouTube, you had to actually make it a fucking event. I mean, you can still do it now. There was no easy way to just immediately hit live stream and it beams out to the subscribers that you have with the bell notifications turned on and whatnot. So when it came to YouTube live streaming, you essentially had to deal with just a convoluted system. The quality wasn't anywhere near Twitch. You didn't have the 60 frames per second. So when you played games like Siege or fighter games, for instance, it would kind of look not as good as you would hope for, and the chat system on YouTube was absolutely fucking abysmal. Now, the reason I use YouTube right now is primarily just due to the fact that it's easier to use at this point. It just makes more sense. When I made Twitch streams, I would have to make YouTube video, like these 30-second videos that I would take down later, where I would talk about, ooh, I'm streaming on Twitch right now, come over, ladies and gentlemen, and they always just came out cringy, and frankly, I didn't really like spamming people with like a 30-second video to just plug you to some other site and whatnot, all the time that I wanted to regularly stream. So, frankly, that's why I switched back to YouTube. Now, as YouTube has sort of grown and evolved, the live streaming platform has gotten better. The video quality has certainly become far more comparable to Twitch. In fact, I think in some cases it might be better because of the 4K, options on there and the ability to instill higher bit rates. The chat system has gotten infinitely better. Nowadays, instead of like the crappy live chat that they had before, now it's actually proper IRC chat, at least that's what it seems. So, there are still things that Twitch has an advantage over to it. But the reason I don't really like to go over to Twitch is just due to a more moral side of the situation as well. When I started streaming on Twitch, I noticed one thing very blatantly obvious, which Twitch administration. Whether that was before Amazon had bought the service and after Amazon had bought the service. I think it got worse after Amazon had bought the service, to be honest. Is the blatant favoritism and the lack of care to the rules that belong to the Twitch platform. If you don't know, there's always been the meme of the whole cam girl, the fucking bullshit stuff that's kicked off on Twitch, and for no reason am I against any of that kind of stuff. I'm not against any cam girl or IRL horror or fucking whatever you want to call it. I mean, these words are pretty blatant. Don't take it as face value. I'm tired as fuck right now, but you get the whole point. People who would blatantly violate TOS, even within the gaming community, they'd clickbait the shit out of their streams, all of that whatnot. People who would blatantly violate Twitch's monetary rules to gain some form of an unfair advantage. You had multiple types of cancer that was available. Some was more prominent, some wasn't. And the weird thing about it is Twitch always had this persona where they were definitely trying to fight against the worst. And for the most part, they had to instill many different changes into their program to make it even more viable to begin with, or at least offset some of the stuff. For instance, if you don't remember, Twitch TOS actually went through like multiple phases of changes. So for once, I remember I was there when they basically told everyone to keep a shirt on and whatnot, or you couldn't stream these certain things and whatnot. Did it change a single thing on Twitch? It really fucking didn't. The floodgates still evolved. It got so bad to the problem that it went from a gaming stream website to just this bullshit IRL, sometimes begathon, sometimes fucking, I don't know, sometimes it went into the bullshit softcore porn side of things, okay? You literally had people fucking shaking their dicks or asses around, and that's essentially what Twitch had become. And I guess I sort of cataloged it down to the IRL category, which basically says, you know, fuck gaming at this point, just do what you really feel like doing. And I slowly realized Twitch had become pretty fucking hypocritical when it came to enforcement. And I sort of did see kind of the brunt of that situation. The tiniest mistake by my end on the Twitch platform would cause massive outrage within many of the modding community behind it. But when it came down to some other streamer who would, you know, blatantly be monetizing the stream, one of the things that I would do on Twitch was, I never focused on the whole monetization side of Twitch anyways. I was always focused on creating YouTube videos, and for me, streaming has always really just been one of those things if I have time for, I'll do. And that's sort of why my streaming schedule is non-existent. It's just sporadic. I stream whenever I feel like it because that's just how I am. So for me, Twitch was never a career path or a job, and I guess in comparison to other people that were bringing Twitch the revenue or the big bucks, people got preferential treatment over the other ones. Now, the reason that I sort of dislike that wholeheartedly is how the hell do you have a TOS or a blatant rulebook if 90% of your partnered staff or partnered streamers are blatantly violating the terms of service anyways, either being toxic, pornographic, or downright breaking whatever TOS rule that you have and letting them get away with it. To this day, there are still people violating Twitch's bits or monetization services that are blatantly getting away with it, and Twitch really just doesn't seem to give a fuck about it. In fact, people who are getting banned, if they're big or decent earning streamers, they'll get off without a slap on the wrist. But people who are literally starting to stream, the Joe Schmo that has like, what, 20 viewers at this point, that does one tiny fuck up on a stream can get a suspension up to like 30 days, 7 days, 30, whatever you want to call it. The enforcement is a little off the fucking beaten path when it comes to a platform like this anyways. See, at least with YouTube services, I don't have a problem. The one time I got a community guideline strike on YouTube is something that'll hold completely on my end. I fucked up at that point. For those of you who don't remember, Nostalgic Web Browsing was a series on this channel where I went to the Wayback Machine and compared sites of the modern day with the domain addresses that they would have in the past. Long story short, I went to the legendofzelda.com website, and when I did the Wayback Machine, obviously Legend of Zelda apparently went to a pornographic site showcasing lesbian sex. And did I expect that to happen? Did I know? No, I didn't. But for a short few seconds, my stream contained boobies, okay? My stream showed a fucking nipple. Oh, the fucking unimaginable horror. Could you imagine a nipple being shown to a person? My God, they're probably scarred for life. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should show them a beheading or something so they can calm the fuck down and get back to reality, right? Point is, I got a community guideline strike for it, and I wholeheartedly own it. I showed pornographic content on my stream. And the thing that I defend YouTube at this point, and it's very rare that I even fucking defend YouTube in the first place, is that at least when a rule is fucking showcased, there is some blatant umbrella enforcement that goes on with it. Is that for every rule that's applied? No. Especially not for the Fortnite clickbaiters right now. YouTube, you gotta check into that. But when it comes to the whole live streaming principles, YouTube is pretty fucking fair, and they put their foot down if you fuck up, and it goes umbrella for everyone. If you fuck up, you get a community guideline strike, and for 6 months, you're fucked. You're not streaming on the YouTube platform. Go the fuck home, either appeal it or wait 6 months without any other fuck up, and you can continue to do what you want to do. And in that case, I do defend the YouTube platform when it comes to enforcement services. Twitch, on the other hand, when I compare it to this system, allows basically anything. These guys are people who have a TOS just for the sake of having a fucking TOS, but at the same time, fuck the TOS. All right, at this point, it becomes a situation where money, or I guess fuck, the bottom line outweighs the actual morals and the fucking and everything else about this website. And while that might seem like, you know, Muda, you're really pushing onto it. What are you getting on with morals on a website? It comes across as pretty fucking bullshit, shady nonsense. So anyways, I'm going to keep this video under 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to get my piece out. I'm going to go head to bed. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.